Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. The worldwide semiconductor revenue grew 26% in 2021, says Gartner. The worldwide semiconductor revenue totaled $595 billion in 2021, an increase of 26.3% from 2020 as per the reports from Gartner Inc. The events behind the current chip shortage continue to impact original equipment manufacturers, that is OEMs around the world, but the 5G smartphone ramp-up and a combination of strong demand and logistics or raw material price increase drove semiconductor average selling prices higher, contributing to significant revenue growth in 2021. Samsung Electronics regained the top spot from Intel for the first time since 2018, though by less than a percentage point, with revenue increasing 28% in 2021. Intel's revenue declined 0.3%, garnering 12.2% market share compared to 12.3% market share for Samsung. Within the top 10, AMD and MediaTek experienced the strongest growth in 2021 at 68.6% and 60.2% growth respectively. The most significant shift among the semiconductor vendor ranking in 2021 was HiSilicon dropping out of the top 25. HiSilicon's revenue declined 81% from $8.2 billion in 2020 to $1.5 billion in 2021. This was a direct result of the US sanctions against the company and its parent company Huawei. This also impacted China's share of the semiconductor market as it declined from 6.7% market share in 2020 to 6.5% in 2021. South Korea had the largest increase in market share in 2021 as strong growth in the memory market propelled South Korea to garner 19.3% of the global semiconductor market. Automotive and wireless communications segments experienced strong demand in 2021. The year 2021 saw stronger demand return to the automotive and industrial markets compared to the weak COVID-disrupted market in 2020. The automotive semiconductor market outperformed all other end markets, growing 34.9% in 2021. Wireless communications, which is dominated by smartphones, saw growth of 24.6%. The number of 5G handsets produced reached 556 million in 2021, up from 251 million units in 2020, and enterprises upgraded their Wi-Fi infrastructure for employees heading back to the office. Driven by DRAM, memory accounted for 27.9% of semiconductor sales in 2021 and experienced 33.2% revenue growth, increasing $41.3 billion over the previous years. Memory continued to benefit from the key demand trend in the last couple of years, the shift to home or hybrid working and learning. This trend fueled increased server deployments by hyperscale cloud service providers to satisfy online working and entertainment, as well as a surge in end market demand for PCs and ultra mobiles. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Modi government supporting medical education in India to get record number of doctors in next 10 years. After dedicating a 200-bed KK Patel multi-speciality hospital to the nation in Bhuj in Gujarat's Kutch district via video conferencing, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the country will get a record number of doctors in the next 10 years due to the central government's policy of establishing at least one medical college in every district. The modern health facility is the first charitable multi-speciality hospital in the Kutch region, and it has been built by the Lewa Patel community of Bhuj with help from doctors based in India and abroad. Now, the state has 1 AIIMS and over 3 dozen medical colleges. Earlier, only 1,000 students used to get admissions in medical colleges of Gujarat. Now, around 6,000 students get admission in these colleges. AIIMS in Rajkot has started admitting 50 students from 2021. MIT engineers developed joystick-operated robot to treat heart stroke remotely. MIT engineers have made a telerobotic system to help surgeons quickly and remotely treat patients experiencing a heart stroke or aneurysm. With a modified joystick, surgeons in one hospital may control a robotic arm at another location to safely operate on a patient during a critical window of time that could save the patient's life and preserve their brain function. The robotic system is designed to remotely assist in endovascular intervention, a procedure performed in emergency situations to treat strokes caused by a blood clot. Such interventions normally require a surgeon to manually guide a thin wire to the clot where it can physically clear the blockage or deliver drugs to break it up. One limitation in such procedures is accessibility. Rapido bags $180 million fund in round D from Swiggy. Operator of Rapido app, Ropin Transportation Services Private Limited, has secured $180 million in Series D funding round led by food delivery platform Swiggy. The round also saw participation from TVS Motors, who came in as a new investor with existing backers Westbridge Capital, Nexus Ventures, Shell Ventures. Rapido has raised $124.6 million from Swiggy in exchange for 1,99,948 Series D CCPS and 10 equity shares, while TVS Motors has contributed $15 million. Swiggy presently owns 1,99,958 shares in Rapido, which includes both stock and preference shares. This transaction now values Rapido at $830 million. HDFC asserts default of ₹296 crores by SITI Networks proceeds NCLT. Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, that is HDFC, has moved Insolvency Tribunal NCLT against the country's leading multi-system operator SITI Networks Limited for an alleged default of ₹296 crores. The company said in a regulatory filing, SITI Networks has received a notice issued by the Mumbai bench of the National Company Law Tribunal over the petition filed by HDFCL. HDFC, in the petition filed under Section 7 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, has claimed a total default of ₹296.06 crores with respect to the financial facility provided by it. Elon Musk seeks shareholders' decision on his Twitter bid, creating opinion poll. Tesla chief Elon Musk has posted an opinion poll on Twitter saying that the company shareholders should decide on his best and final offer to acquire 100% of the social media giant with $54.20 per share in cash. Taking Twitter private at $54.20 should be up to shareholders, not the board. Musk tweeted with the opinion poll with two options, yes and no. In a separate tweet, Musk mentioned that he will try hard to keep as many shareholders in privatized Twitter as allowed by the law. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.